Okay, this is super embarrassing, but I gotta do it anyways because this is how I will grow. Once again, Asi is out in a park where anyone can walk by and see me record this. I don't know how I'm doing it, but here I am. What is love to you? For me, love has everything. There is one thing which is wrong with this type of videos. Love is not one thing. Love is supposed to be everything. And love, this is the another misconception we have about love, is that love has to be romantic. It can't be something else. But don't you think love's supposed to be in every relationship? Love is part of every relationship, whether it's your parents, siblings, relatives, friends, even teachers, or there's supposed to be some type of love between every relationship you have in your life, especially if they're in your life for a long time and you're gonna be with them for a long time. And another thing is that love is not only taking care of someone or just transparency. It involves everything: being understanding, being non-judgmental, being compassionate, being honest. Oh my gosh, there is a big dog. Oh my gosh, there is a big dog. It's a big dog. I can't show you because I work so hard for this setup. I can't change it, sorry. But imagine a white, Bam? Bam, white Bam. Okay, that was shocking. So what I was saying, have to be honest, you have to be compassionate, you have to be understanding, you should be not judgmental, be transparent, and should be respect. That's when we talk about bare minimum, first of all, I don't believe in bare minimum. No relationship has to be bare minimum. In every relationship, you have to give everything. You have to give your 100% no matter what. There is no such thing as bare minimum. But the one thing you can do is respect someone. That's the least you can do. Anyone, whether you know them or not, whether you have a relationship with them or not. Respect is the in our generation bare minimum, but I think most of the time we don't do that. Most of the time that's the one thing which is missing, and that's why most of the relationship doesn't work. Because if you respect someone, even if you hate them, even if it's your enemy, you're not gonna mistreat them. Tell me, is it a fact or what? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's very important, especially in love. There are so many people front of my eyes I saw who are truly deeply in love with each other, but they don't respect each other. That's why their relationship doesn't last, because they mistreat them, they disrespect them. Honesty, transparency, that's a different level. But if you don't respect someone, you are not gonna value them, and no relationship is gonna stick if you don't value them. No matter how much love, care, honesty, transparency you give them, at the end of the day they're gonna move, because we all love to be valued. At the end of the day, we want to be something to someone, and that doesn't come if you don't respect them. And loyalty, why we even talk about loyalty? What are we, animals? Not even animals also doesn't do this. How miserable and how stupid we have become that now we think that having more than one partner is acceptable, or being there is another thing, situationship. I don't even know what that means. Okay, these things exist. Relationship is all about commitment. There are so many billion people around us. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go with every can you go and cry to anyone? No, you can't. Can you go and be vulnerable to anyone? No, you can't. So why we need to have this conversation that commitment is needed in a relationship, especially romantic relationship? Of course, because every other relationship, suppose your parental relationship, your relationship with your parents, that's given. You can't do anything about it. Most of the time you have no choice in it. Then you have siblings, same goes to that. Then your family's relatives, same. The another relationship which you might or might not have choice is your friendship. You can choose with whom you want to be friends, but most of the time the friends we make are from our childhood or classmates, or like, you know, we knew each other for a long time, that type of relationship. So it's like 50-50. But the only one relationship we have our choice is our partner, literally. So of course you have to be committed to that relationship. Of course you have to be committed to that person. Of course, if they're a good match, you have the choice. I think the most brain cells you should use is when you choose a partner, because that person is not only going to be your partner, but it's going to be your future children's husband or wife. So like always remember that your partner, that's like a lifetime decision. You know, most of the crime happens because of partner. Most of the like stress comes from your partner. So choose wisely. And if you, it's okay. Why we have divorce in our society? Of course, marriage is a contract. Okay, which two partner chooses from their own will. So if there is a divorce, so like there are so many things. This is another thing in our society which is taboo. Like they would rather stay with a person who hate than have affair and cheat on each other, but still they wouldn't divorce each other. Like what kind of life we are living? And we are always scared of what society will say. Society doesn't care at all. Like they just want something to gossip about. After some time they will forget. This is the another thing I believe, that this is why you don't share everything or anything in social media. Because what do you expect, that you share your good times with everyone else and you like how they react to it, how they talk about you, you know, like yeah, that person is etc and you know I love them etc. So what do you expect? They're not gonna say anything when you're having a hard time? Of course they're gonna say it. This is why we need to keep things which are dear to us and we don't want to be talked about personal. Like I don't want any good reaction from anyone about my relationship, especially personal relation, because I know they're good, okay, and I know how I feel about them. So I don't need anyone approval for like to like agree with me or like, you know, approve me of anything. So the same thing. So even after doing that, if someone comes and talk about my relationship, I will be offended. I was like, who gave you the right to like talk about my relationship with me? Like I didn't give you that permission, you know. So always keep boundaries. Don't share, okay, evil eye is real thing. So don't share your personal life, especially things. Yes, of course you can share which doesn't harm you or like you don't mind people talking about, but there's so many important things we shouldn't share in relationship, not relationship we social media. And parents relationship, parents is one of the most longest relationship you're gonna have in your whole life. Like no matter what, like from the birth, from the death, you're gonna know them. So always respect them no matter what. Being respectful, obedient, and this is the another thing. We think that just because we respect them, we think that we can't disobey them. They're parents, they're human. You have to know that at the end of the day, they're human. They're gonna make mistake, and there are so many things because of the generational gap, because of the different understanding. There are gonna be so many topics, so many things which are different from us to them. Respect, be respectful. This is your duty as a child. You have to provide, like you should provide for them, okay. I think it's must. You have to, no matter if you're a girl or a boy, you know, at the end of the day your parents are gonna get old. You should support them if you have the financial thing, financial stability, and if you don't, you should like try, okay. So be a support to them when you can, because they literally, no matter what, they give you birth. I think that's the least they deserve, okay. So even if they do the worst thing, look, even if they do worst, things to you, don't forget your duty upon them. That doesn't mean you have to stay with them, you can love them from far. That doesn't mean that you have to like care for them when they're beating you or something, I don't know. Okay, but still there are certain time, like have boundaries, but don't forget at the end of the day, just because they were toxic to you, don't become toxic to them. And I believe in destiny. I believe that whatever you give to other, it comes to you. So if you do good to them, your children will do good to you. Okay, okay, that big dog is about to come, so watch and be silent.